Alright, I just cut a few pieces of laminated, little pieces like this, little runs. But this is just to show you how to cut little pieces off there. Everybody wants to show you how to snap these big pieces. Don't always get the option to cut the big pieces off. So sometimes you gotta take a little bit off. You gotta take a little bit off. So you said this one I cut both sides was kind of not very straight. So I'm gonna make some other cuts here. So say you want to take an inch off. First you got a decent cutter. I've used a little transmission fluid to oil that wheel. Just keep that wheel just a little bit oil so you don't get what they call hot cuts. You want to keep that cut from popping. If it's popping, it's too hot a cut. And you want to keep your cutter moving. You don't want to stop. Once you start going, you keep it going. You can hear it. Ready? Come off good. Got a nice run. See that cut in there? That's what it looks like. It's a little score. Doesn't hurt. It's not popping. Doing all kinds of weird stuff. Then you can do your cutter or something that's hard. Just get a little start in there. Once you get that started, you can get your pliers, or if you got a little more, something more. Stay behind your run. My run's right about right there. You stay behind it with your pliers. Or you don't give it too much pressure. Give it too much pressure, it'll run out towards your pliers. But you want to just run all the way across, nice and easy. Just keep going all the way across. And this is your hardest one, this first cut. Once you get that first cut done, the second one will bend a little easier. Okay, it's all the way through. So you can see that shiny all the way down through there. Now we're going to flip it over, cut the other side, same spot. Try to get it directly over the top of it where it's exactly the same. Because if you don't, you get offset a little bit. I'll show you the other side what it did. That ain't my cutter. Okay? And then so you just take this and just run it down here. Nice and smooth, one strike. Doesn't have to be fast. You don't want it too slow. You don't want to push too hard. So if you got the availability, try it on a little piece before you get on your permanent piece you want. Tap it, get it started. See that little run started right in there? It's just started right down in there. I keep my pliers just behind that run. And you watch it run down there. See it run down here? Just keep running. It's down to about right there. You stay behind that with your fingers or pressure. You get them out here and it'll run out. You want to just keep right behind it. There, see it ran all the way out? You look closely, sometimes you can see two different cuts in there. And then that's where the alcohol comes in. Get that alcohol on there. Get it hot. And you come down here, you get it hot. Light it. Not everybody likes to light it, but a cold day like today, it won't hurt it. I light it all the time. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold, unless I don't have any alcohol. But start getting that a little softer in there. Loosen that up where it'll move, flex a little bit. Flexing a little bit, heating it up. You always add more, but make sure your fire's out first. You can try to score it with your razor blade. I have one here. Here we go. See if it'll come out. Or actually put a little more alcohol in. You can use it dry too. It softens it up. These edges will be sharp. I do like to wear gloves sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Today it's laminated. The edges are really sharp when you're cutting both sides. A little uneven. I'm going to like that again. It's so close to coming off, but I don't want to put any clams in it. The heat keeps keeps the glass from getting clams in it so much. So I forced it a little bit. See, that's a little clam right there. From that clam, you have to be careful. That's where your runs will start out there. It's a good idea. Sand your edges. Use a sanding block, because like I said, you're using it and you slip, you're gonna cut your hand. So, like I said, it's sharp. I'd wear gloves. Use a sanding block, and that's where you cut the little pieces. Or if you want to cut a smaller piece, and those big pieces, those guys are snapping over the side. And some of those guys aren't familiar with cutters. Cutters are very simple. They're not the greatest. It's just a little tiny wheel right there. See that little tiny thing right there? That's all that cuts it right there. That's what I'm oiling. This actually holds oil, but it leaks, so there's not ever any in it when I need it, so I just have some on the side. It's just an easy cut, but you can hear it when you cut it. Nice and easy. That's what it sounds like. Nice, easy run. You can do squiggles, whatever you want, but it's harder to snap them out. You can even run that out if you wanted to, so it's like, tap it, you got your little run right there. Just work it across. I just stay behind it. See it go right there. Boom, went off a little bit right there. Then you do the other side, you could break it right there. But I would recommend using a straight edge if you got to do very much of it. Yeah, it's a little tricky because I just freehanded it before. But, happy cutting!